Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me tell you, it is a good morning. Oh, with all this craziness going on online, I'm telling you, that 5e coming out soon. Everybody's lost their minds. I love it. Love it. First, you got my personal favorite, Necromancer Games, doing a Kickstarter, claiming 5e compatibility. Love it. Those boys said, you know what, we're going to go back in the barrel one more time and get some more product out that you've already bought. Genius. Genius. Love it. Can't get mad at people who are willing to buy the same thing over and over. I mean, what do you say to those people? You say, thank you. Thank you. I mean, this is going to be, the third time they're going to re-release stuff they've already re-released? I mean, that's incredible. That's like the best combo record ever. You're like, hey, I'm going to release another album. Even though it's going to have the same stuff on the last album, it's going to have the exact same stuff for the album before. You know, it's just like, how many times can you release the same thing till you just go, you know what, that's it, we're done. We're done with this, all right? But look, people keep buying. So, you know, I think they've done the ultimate fan base move. I mean, they pulled an Apple. You know, you got people waiting for $600 phones. Genius. Genius. Can't get mad at them. And now, there's some other new guy. I read this. Now I'm going to get this one wrong, but I got parts of it right. But he's basically got his SRD up for 5th edition, hoping that people are going to connect to this guy's SRD. And I'm just like, everybody, WotC hasn't announced anything open content yet. WotC hasn't opened any OGL or a GSL or anything. And people up there fighting over who can make the first move. I got to be the first one online. I got to be the first one doing stuff. I got to be first. I just think it's crazy. Guys, you haven't even played the damn thing. You don't even know if it's even... Okay. Look, we all know you can't copyright rules. It's just, you cannot technically copyright rules. And yeah, you can make compatible products without actually directly talking about it. But here's the question I'm going to ask yourself. Why? Are you just trying to grab some quick cash and just run off? Because that's what it sounds like. Usually when people try to do something this crazy, it's quick cash dash, grab it, go. Why would you want to do that? I never quite understood that whole mindset of, let me be the first one to strike first on this and da-da-da. I'm like, sit back. Wait a second. Survey the landfill. And then take the correct shot. It's not like snipers go out and shoot everybody they see. They pick the most important target to cause the most amount of damage and cause the most amount of havoc. These guys are like, I don't even just random spree killers. They're gonna be like, here I am, bang, 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 bang. It's like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? This is your plan? And look, at least with Necromancer, they've got a long history. They got a long list of products they can update to 5e, and the same people who were buying this up before will buy it again. Nothing wrong with that. Good play. But I'm gonna go with a line, basically out of I think it's out of the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, line differential. I mean, this line is the same product over and over and over and over, and it gets to a point people will stop buying because like, well, I bought it 3 times, why would I buy it again? But some people will buy it again. Some people will. There'll be some people out there right now who are putting out their money going, I gotta have it. But don't you have the other two? I don't care, I gotta have it. Those are marketers' dreams. Those are the people that you as a marketer want to see happen. You live for those people. I mean, absolutely 100% live for that. No doubt. But I gotta wonder, it's like that audience gets smaller and smaller. Because you basically are mining the same people for the same thing over and over. And eventually people will decide, oh, well, I've got this other thing, I got family, I got other products, things I want to give money to. It gets to that point, Money is a finite resource. You pick and choose which things you want to support, and things you don't, you just pull back. It's not really super duper rocket science we're doing here, but it is a lot of just, interesting ideas, pulling stuff off, and trying all kinds of cool tricks. I'm impressed that so many people are trying all kinds of different marketing to be seen for this 5e. But the problem that I find is that they don't finish this kind of... It's like, hey, I've done the big blast for 5e, and it's out, and that's all you'll see in marketing. The people fall back into their traditional roles and do the same old thing, and nothing will really change. And then you get the fan base screaming, I want something new and innovative. But the fan base keeps buying the same old things they bought before because they know the same old things. I mean, 5th edition rules, 1st edition feel, that's genius, man. That is genius. I said in my blog why it was genius, and I still think it's genius. I still think those guys at Necromancer have pulled off an amazing, I wouldn't call it a coup. It's really not a coup anything, but I think it's a great marketing opportunity. You know, I just think it's, you know, but at the same time, and sadly, it just, are we going to see something different? Are we going to see more different stuff? Because, I mean, if it's going to be the same thing, I mean, I don't know. I don't buy the same thing over and over and over. It gets me excited. I mean, hell, I even stopped doing that with comic books. You know, it's just like recently, we're going to take the Soldier Serum out of Captain America. The first thing I did was groan. I'm like, oh, this is what happens when you don't pay attention to continuity. I mean, it'd be really impressive if, like, 20 years ago, they already told you that, you know, hey, the serum, they already drained it out of his body during the whole Streets of Poison thing, and basically came out and said, oh, it's not even the serum anymore. His DNA has been changed on a molecular level. So it really doesn't need the serum. His body naturally produces it. So to hear people say, oh, they sucked it all out of him, it's like, did you even understand? Did you even read that stuff? I mean, you know, I think you, as a company, as a media company, and that's what we all are. We're media companies. We put out cool media for people to get excited about, and that's what I mean. We're a media company. LPJ Design is a media company. Green Ronin is a media company. Paizo is a media company. You know, and that's how you see yourself. Necromancer Games, media company. But you can't keep putting out the same media and expecting people to get excited about it all the time. Now, you know, some people are like, oh, you're just hating on them because they're getting the numbers. And I'm, no, dude, I'm not hating. Why would I hate on somebody being successful? Shoot. What I need to do is copy what they're doing. That's what I'm doing. You know, shoot. No need to hate on that. You know, hey, don't play hate. That's not me. I'm about, let's find out how I can use those techniques for my company. You know, but at the same time, I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over. Now, that said, people are like, hey, but didn't you do that same thing with Neo Exodus? Yes, I did. I updated it from 3.5 to Pathfinder. Yes, I did. If there's a 5e, we'll be doing a 5e version? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. It doesn't, you know, I think things have to, excite me to want to do, and on top of that, they've got to be exciting for the people who are buying them. You know, if they're not exciting for the people buying them, what's the point? I want somebody to grab my product and say, oh my God, I've been waiting my entire life for this. That's how I want people to grab my products. You know, I want them to be amazed at what we did. You know, point blank. You know, that's just me. I want people, when they say, did you know that he put up this product and it's like nothing I've seen before and it's amazing. See? Nothing I've seen before, amazing. 2 words I want to hear on basically every one of my reviews. Because, you know, like I said, I don't understand why people do so many books on feats. You know, I got another book on feats. Got another book on feats. Man, there's so many good feats out there already that are in books that are amazing. And on top of that, you got like Owen, Casey Stevens, and, you know, Clinton Boomer putting out cool feats every day in their Facebook and Twitter feeds. And they're amazing feats. And they're nothing. They don't cost anything. It's like, holy cow, this feat's amazing. Oh, this one's amazing. This is amazing. They're giving away for free. How crazy are they? Probably very, but I'm not going to talk about them like that, but they're friends. Especially Clinton. Clinton's pretty crazy, I'm going to say that. You know? Like I said in one of his pictures, every time I see him, he looks like he just had a bottle of bourbon. I mean, he's serious. He's serious about that. So, I just think, you know, this whole 5e marketing thing, I guess it's good. I guess, you know, people are hoping that WotC is going to be doing an OGL. I mean, I don't see why Hasbro would do one. You know, let's just be blunt about it. I see why a small company like TSR would do one. I see why a small company like Wizards of the Coast would do one. I don't see why freaking Hasbro would do that. Why would Hasbro give competition the ability to make products that would take money away from their people? And that's how their boardroom is thinking about that. It's not thinking about, let's be cooperative. No, they don't care about that. They care about making money. You know, people got to meet the numbers. And for them, like most major companies, giving away stuff for free is not anywhere in the involvement of how to make long-term customers. And, you know, I understand that. I totally get that. As a business person, I understand you want to make sure every dollar you spend comes back earning at least $2. I mean, that's, you know, it's not rocket science how business works. You understand that, you maximize that, you're a winner. You won the game. The problem is, most people don't. Most people spend $1 and get back $0, or even worse, go into debt. So, I think Hasbro is not going to give people the opportunity to be competition for them. Unless somebody there said, hey, this OGL thing has been really successful. Look at all these third-party publishers that help publish and promote our games and other niches. This is good for us in the long term. They could turn around and do that. It's possible. I don't see it happening because, if I worked for a major corporation and my bonus was dependent on how much money we were making versus how much money the industry was making, I'd be like, screw those third-party guys. I don't care about them. Their success doesn't make any money. They're basically chomping on our people. We're the ones bringing them in. F those guys. And I think that they would do that. It makes logical sense. But, hey, that's just my opinion of the situation. I could be incredibly wrong. Incredibly wrong. I could be so wrong about this, it's ridiculous. But, look at history. What does history say about all this? History says the OGL is a good thing, right? No, to some. Not to others. But some. I don't know. I think this 5e thing is going to be interesting. I'm also interested to see if WotC is going to start farming out more work to like third-party guys like Cobalt Press. Because, that was highly surprising. I'm not going to lie. When I saw that Wolfgang was working for him, I'm like, not surprised. Wolfgang's coming for it. Good guy, good writer, good quality, no problem. But when I saw it wasn't Wolfgang, it was Cobalt Press, which is different. They are the same. Wolfgang is a member of Cobalt Press. He is the president, yes. But Wolfgang by himself is one thing. Cobalt Press by themselves is something completely different. And to hear the words, oh yeah, Cobalt Press is going to be doing products. That was very interesting. Very, very interesting. I was like, oh, what's this? I'm a little interested in this. This gets me excited. So, just a thought process. Something like that. Just something you can think about. Just me. What else can we talk about? Because, the D20 stuff's, the D20. The 5e stuff's going to be going on for weeks, and, I don't want to burn out talking about how crazy it's going to get. But it's only going to get crazier, let's just be honest. These are the first 2 shots over the bow. I can only expect you're going to see even crazier things come out from people, crazier comments, and crazier products. So I'm going to wait till that stuff comes out. But I cannot wait to see what happens here. It's going to be crazy. All right. Here's a rumor I heard. Ooh, a little sleepy. Sorry about that. Here's a rumor I heard. The guys who are working the Four Horsemen have lost a member. And you're like, Lewis, what are you talking about? 4 Horsemen who are wrestlers? No. The 4 Horsemen, a writing consortium. I like saying consortium. It's one of my favorite words. A writing consortium of guys run by Steve Hell. I heard a rumor they had lost a guy. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So, me being the good guy I am, if it's true and somebody's fallen out, I would tell Steve and all these guys to get in touch with, wait for it, watch for it, get in touch with Jeff Lee. That's right. My man Jeff Lee. I think Jeff Lee is an amazing writer. I promoted Jeff Lee on tons of stuff. He's worked for tons of good companies. I think if you're looking for a guy who you can add to a group that I think you find very strong right off the bat and very helpful and very, just good for the core of your group, he's the guy you talk to. And, this is something else for other people. I think more and more people doing writing consortium, another word. Consortium. Group, I just love that word consortium. It sounds professional. Another writing consortium. You guys should start doing that. There's a lot of guys who are writing freelance by themselves alone. Team up. Look, team up. That's the way to be. Team up. Only group I knew before the Four Horsemen were the Word Cabbages. And they ran it for a wit, and they kind of fall apart. They're all still doing work, but they're not using Word Cabbage as their big focus. But I tell you, somebody smart is going to do that. They're going to make a group of writers, give them a cool name, and then have them work on projects. And these guys become the guys that work on projects and the bigger projects. Like I said, I hired the Four Horsemen to work out on Obsidian Apocalypse Kickstarter. And, I know it's going to be good. We talked about all that stuff. We went back and forth. They're project managing the whole thing. My guys will be editing it. I'll be, of course, doing the artwork for it and doing that stuff. But, it saves me a lot of time that I can focus on other stuff. I think writing groups are smart. I think writing groups are good for the writers themselves. Because I mean, there's too much solitary moments. I mean, any writer will tell you, you'll spend a lot of time alone in the dark making up things. And there are moments where you need someone to talk to, not just to bounce ideas off of, but just not to sound like totally insane. But, you'll be there like, oh, this sounds great. A raccoon with a machine gun. Hey, sounds like a great idea. Sounds like a great idea in your head, but come on, a raccoon with a machine gun? Who's going to see something like that? I'm just saying. That's just me. So think about that if you're a writer. Think about doing something like that. Think about, working with other people. Or even, if you get even big enough, think about getting an artist together and then you perform a production company or a publishing company. It's just about, finding a way that you guys can work as a team and get your brand out there. Develop your brand. The Horsemen developed their brand. I don't know if they have a logo, per se. I know that people refer to them as the Four Horsemen. I think if you're smart, you have a logo so people can see your logo. And they can identify who you are on site. Logos are important. I believe they are. You should have a logo. I have a logo. I put it on everything. Blop, 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 blop. See my logo, see me, it's me, boom, make a connection. I don't know if they have a logo. Any smart company has a logo. Any smart company has a logo, and I'll tell you, this is a designer trick. A lot of people don't know this, but I'll tell you this one. As a designer, when you're building a logo, your logo should work in these 3 specific instances. Number 1, in full color. You should have a full color version of your logo. Mandatory, not even a question. Number 2, you should have a 2-color version. Now, when I say 2-color, I mean 2 colors. Like black and another color. That's it. Your logo should work in those colors, because you might get a situation where you got a 4-color logo, it looks great in 4-color. Oh, we can only do this color, you can only do this logo in 2 colors of this thing. Well, then you're kind of crapped out. But if it looks good, and you develop a 2-color one, boom, you're set. 4-color, full color as they call it, 4-color. Oh, and by the way, they call it 4-color, but it takes 4 colors to make full color. Magenta, cyan, yellow, and black. CMYK, K is black. I don't know why they don't call it black B, but that's what they call it. CMYK. And then most important, number 1, make sure your logo looks good in 1 color. Black and white. And the ink is black. The paper is white. It's got to look good in 1 color. You cover those 3 bases, with your logo looking good in all 3 of them, you have a successful logo. I said, we at LPJ Design, our logo has, we have one for 3-color, we have one for 4-color, we have one for 2-color, we have one for black and white. We have a reverse logo where it's white against black. We've done every variation of the logo you can do that looks right, that looks smart when you need to use it. Because sometimes you're going to need a logo like this. Sometimes you're going to need it like that. Sometimes you're going to need you got to have different variations of it. And that's something you should think about when you're building your logo. And, make it something simple. Make it something easily reproduced. Make it something to you. You want to talk about iconic logos. Just look at the Apple logo. It's just like, punch you in the face. That's so good, it punches you in the face. The Nike swoosh. And they built their corporations around that. Hell, I'll tell you one of my favorite ones. My favorite logo, and this is how good it is. The show they didn't even tell you the title of the show. They just showed you the logo at the end. What show am I talking about? Batman Batman the Animated Series. If you watch the opening credits, nowhere in that 30-second montage do they ever show the words Batman, animated, DC, whatever. All they show is the Batman logo. Boom, you see Batman, logo, boom, fade to black. Think about that. How many cartoons you know that they actually tell you what the cartoon you're watching? Superman did the exact same thing, and Superman ended it great. But the last thing is, boom, he breaks open the shirt, shield's right there, Superman. Doesn't say Superman, just the freaking logo of Superman. Like, oh, it's Superman. But that tells you how strong that logo is. How strong the Superman brand is. I'm not even going to tell you what the cartoon you're watching is. You're just going to look at it and know. It's like, if you're confused, these last 5 seconds are going to show you, boom, chest, logo, boom. You know what it is. That's genius. Focus on that. So, I'm just saying, if you guys are thinking about doing these consortiums, and, think about doing it. If you're a writing group, think about doing it. If you're an art group, think about doing it. Hell, if you're an editing group, thinking about doing it. That's the other one. An editing group like that, dude, you could rock out all day on that one. But everybody needs good editing. Everybody needs good editing, good game mechanics editing. You know, you can make some pretty penny doing that. Because not everybody can be a good editor. You know, a lot of guys want to be good writers. Not a lot of guys jumping up to be a good editor. You know, like a lot of guys want to make games, but guys don't want to be good publishers. You know, it's a different business. You know, it's a different business. All right, I'm almost at work. 20-something minutes. Got my rambling in. Everybody's happy. So once again, 5E is going to be crazy. The events are going to be crazy. And I love seeing all this. Alright, I'm going to work and probably taking a nap too. Maybe not even necessarily in that order. I'll talk to you all later.